Hi, I'm Nick. I'm the store manager of Power Golf at Castle Hill, located in Sydney's northwest suburbs. And today we're here to do a review on some of the irons in Mizuno's iron range. So we're going to start with the MP54 model. Now that's a model that if you think about Mizuno irons, this is the style of iron that you're going to think about. Clean look, it's that polished chrome finish. It features Mizuno's grain flow forged, and that's really what Mizuno has built their iron range around. And what grain flow forging refers to is the process that they use when they're actually building or producing the clubs. And they basically produce the clubs from a single piece of steel. And because they're doing it from a single piece, they get a lot more consistent granular structure in the metal, and they're using a very soft metal, so they get a very consistent, very soft feel in their clubs, and that's through all of the models in Mizuno's range that feature the grain flow forged. Now for the 54, featuring the grain flow forging, it's really designed for your better golfers. So single figures, maybe low teens if you were a good ball striker, but you do need to be a better ball striker to get the best out of this iron, okay? So because it's a single piece forged head, it's important with the cavity in the back of how they actually get that cavity. So they basically produce the club and then they mill the cavity out. So you're not having sort of a couple pieces welded together, it's a single piece, mill the cavity out, and what that's designed to do is just help with the forgiveness of the club. Helps push more weight back and away from the face, helps keep the face more stable, so even though your better players are going to hit it out of the middle more often, it's still going to offer a little bit of help for those slight off-center hits, okay? That's the MP54. If we move up their range from a little bit more forgiving model, we move into the JPX-EZ forged, or EZ forged, depends which part of the world you're coming from. So with this model, it's the most forgiving forged club in their range. And it's really a model that we haven't seen a lot of in the market. Generally the forged clubs, because of the feel and the way, the style of golfer that they're designed for, are generally going to suit the better players. But this one, if you are a mid-handicap golfer, you know, up until the 18 to 20 sort of handicap range, this is a club that you will probably find quite nice because it is nice and forgiving, but it's still going to have the soft feel. So like the MP54, it's grain flow forged, single piece head, and then they mill the cavity out. It does have the badging in the back here, and really what that's designed for is to provide a softer feel, because the other thing that they've been able to do with this club is get a slightly thinner face. And the thinner face helps the club to flex a little bit more, provide a bit more distance, which, you know, a lot of mid-handicap golfers are generally going to look for. And the downside to the thinner face is it can feel a little bit harsh. So the badging in the back's not only there to look good, it's also there to soften the feel, take a little bit of the vibration away, and just help the club feel nice and pure. For the sort of mid-handicap golfer, it does have a slightly thinner top line, a little bit more offset, and they're things that when you put the club down at address, it is going to set up as being a little bit more appealing, a little bit more confidence that you're going to be able to hit good shots with it. Okay. The last one that we're going to look at today is then the standard JPX-EZ or EZ. And this is a model that Mizuno generally hasn't been that renowned for. It really is designed for the high handicap range of the market, someone who wants as much help out of the golf club to hit shots because you're not going to hit the middle of the club too much. Now, as opposed to the MP54 and the EZ forged, it isn't forged, it's a cast steel head, but Mizuno's found that by using a cast steel head in this style of iron, they can actually make it a lot more forgiving and therefore a lot easier to use. Okay, the things that you'll really notice with this club, very, very deep cavity, and that's trying to move the weight way back and away from the face, help keep the club more stable, so when you're not going to hit it out of the middle, it's going to still work well. Like the standard EZ forged, it has that badging in the back. Same thing, not just there for good looks, it's also there to deal with the vibrations and give it a softer feel. And because this one's cast, they can actually get the face very, very thin, and that's going to help with your ball speed and therefore your distance. So for someone who is looking for a club that's going to really help them, they're not necessarily that fussed about how it looks in terms of looking sleek and really neat. This is definitely an option that's worth looking at. Mizuno offers a really wide range of shafts throughout all their models, so it's really a good idea to head into your nearest store and have a hit with them. All of our stores are equipped with Mizuno's Swing DNA fitting tools, which helps us get the right shaft for you into the clubs. So come on in, have a hit. We'll see which model suits you best out of Mizuno's range and help you get slightly better scores on the golf course. We'll see you soon.